Welcome everybody to the Golden Drop. I apologize for the black screen. Sometimes my computer does this and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm here to introduce you to the magnificent Renee Roebuck, who is going to be hosting our Golden Drop today. She's the mother of the fabulous Blake, who is in every sport known to man. She is I think she's a budding healer. She may not agree with that, but she loves these oils. She is doing such an amazing job at, I think, really taking care of her family, understanding the oils. Anybody that works with her is really getting a very, very good education on how to use these oils. Renee lives out in Phoenix, Arizona. She is the daughter of a coach, so sports have been her life forever. She's got a political background, and we're very grateful to have her as our executive assistant. And without any further ado, we want to remind everybody, whether you're watching this on a recorded version or live today, this is not a prescription or a diagnosis. These are just a bunch of awesome people that get together to be able to share tips and tricks. We hope that you will always feel free to invite others to this call every single week or share any of our recorded versions. We want to thank you for your time. And Renee, we're very much looking forward to your tip today. So please have at it.
Thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome.
I have been doing oils just a little over a year and a half. So I call myself still a newbie. I'm still trying to figure out the lay of the land. I'm not 100% sure what to grab. I am not on Sharon's level whatsoever that it comes naturally to her ability. I have to look things up. I have something that happens in my body. I have to look it up and then realize, oh, I can use this. So the other night, as Sharon says, my son is in basketball, baseball, and football high school sports. So I'm on the run. I work 2 jobs. I'm a single mom, and I'm always on the run. So the other night I went to bed, and my legs felt like I was running a marathon. They would not stop. They were restless. I took the sleep or the Serenity soft gels. My diffuser is going. Everything is fine except my legs are running. So I got up to find out what can you do for restless leg syndrome. I found an oil that I have never used before. I've heard of it, but I've never had any idea how to use it. So it was a fabulous tip for me. It is Marjoram. So Marjoram, it's a calming properties and positive effect on the human immune and nervous system. Who knew? Not me. So what I ended up doing was I did 2 drops in my hand. I diluted it with fractionated coconut oil, rubbed it together, and just put on both sides of my calves. Just rubbed it back and forth, massaged it in, and my legs went to sleep. It was absolutely fabulous. So I've actually been doing it, not every night because I don't have the issue every night, but I've been doing it quite a few nights, and this bottle is almost a quarter empty because of all the uses I've done for it, and that's the only thing I've done. So there's my tip. I am absolutely stunned that I found an oil I've never used before, and it absolutely worked. And this little baby is $19 wholesale price, so it is worth every ounce of sleep that I got. There you go, Sharon. That is my tip.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. I love Marjoram. It's one of the easiest essential oils that you can imagine, and it's actually in a lot of doTERRA products. So I love that. In fact, that's one of the reasons why Aroma Touch is so effective. Renee, did you know that?
No, I'm researching it now to see what is all in because it makes total sense that it's the nervous system.
Yeah, it is definitely really good for the nervous system, calming to the muscles. Along with oregano. Oregano is not in a lot of doTERRA products, but oregano acts very similarly. But marjoram's just got so many different effects from, everything from helping blood pressure all the way, because it's that nervous system kind of an oil, all the way through the muscles and the skeletal system. It's amazing. So
Well, and I read on the doTERRA website all the uses you could do. Listen to this.
Share with us, please.
Apply to a fussy child's feet prior to a nap.
Awesome.
So,
Henry, guess what your mom's going to put on your feet tonight?
so interesting. I wanted to share it because, like I said, I'm a newbie and I'm very familiar with the normal oils, not the ones that I can't pronounce. So I was really excited to find something new for me.
Oh, I love it. What else? What other tips do they have in there, Renee?
It says apply to the back of the neck to lessen feelings of stress. And then it says replace marjoram essential oils to the next recipe that calls for dried marjoram.
Okay.
Usually 1 drop of essential oils is equivalent to 2 tablespoons of dry herbs. And then, of course, it's applied to muscles before and after exercising.
Right.
And you can diffuse it. You can use it internally and topically. But make sure if you do topically.
Awesome. Okay, so do you want me to add a little something to this so that
Absolutely.
people know?
Yep.
You brought in some awesome things that I wanted to just say. A lot of people are like, diffuse marjoram. Why would I want to do that? Because it smells like an herb and it's not pretty, is it?
No.
Yeah. So here's what you can blend it with when you want to create a, and maybe we could put this in the post we do.
I'm writing it down right now.
Okay. So when you're blending it, these are the blends this is out of the Modern Essentials book. And you can blend it with bergamot, okay? Depending on if you're the East Coast or the West Coast, bergamot, bergamot, doesn't matter. Cypress, lavender, orange, rosemary, and ylang ylang. Okay?
All together or?
No, any of those.
Any of those, got it.
So let's talk about that really quick. When you're diffusing, you want about 10 drops of essential oil, 10 to 13 inside your diffuser. It's what will, it'll last longer and you get more of that power for changing the mood or, whatnot within your home. And so about 10 drops. So if you were making a diffuser blend, I use marjoram a lot, and I'll share 2 tips that I have for it. Marjoram, I would do 3 drops of marjoram to 4 drops of wild orange, 1 drop of ylang ylang, and 2 or 3 drops of lavender. Okay, and as you start to mix and match these oils together, you'll start to get different. You'll be like, oh, I really want to smell more of this, right? Like we could have a whole golden drop on how do I create different smells, and this is really the crux of it. What do you want to smell more of? So for me, I'm not a huge lavender fan, but lavender will always diffuse a smell that, like rosemary, for example. Rosemary and lavender together are delicious, right? Rosemary all by itself is kind of potent, right? It smells like a tree, an herb tree, right? So what we want to do is we want to just be able to, what do you want to smell more of? So in this case, like bergamot, rosemary, and marjoram are amazing together. I would add a drop of lavender to that just to soften it up a little bit, because you're going to get that really beautiful citrus smell out of bergamot, right? And it's really tangy. You can smell it. It's got that kind of a higher pitch smell. And then the lavender will calm it. And then you get the beauty of rosemary and marjoram. And I'll tell you right now, that recipe right there with bergamot, lavender, rosemary, and marjoram, that is wicked awesome for memory retention. Memory retention there. Anyway, that is what we can do with marjoram.
Awesome.
Also, one other thing, I have terrible hormonal headaches, and I use marjoram, rosemary, and sometimes oregano touch, depending on how bad my headache is. And then I put cypress with it and aroma touch. And it will knock that headache out. It's amazing.
Who knew of all the exciting things?
I know, who knew? And I got that recipe from my friend Katie Glasgow. She gave it to me because I was like in bed this summer in August for two full days with a migraine.
I remember that.
I could not get up. It was awful. I would get up and I would just get sick and throw up. And it's the first time ever I've had that kind of a hormonal headache. But it was definitely hormonal. And that was the recipe that I used.
Did you see the chat from Diane?
No. Great for arthritis over the area of concern. Yes. I love that, Diana. Thank you. Yeah. It is muscular. You just got to remember muscles. And cypress is really good with that because cypress moves. If you look at the properties of cypress, it's like it moves fluid. It moves energy and circulation. So that's always a good one. All right, awesome. Are there any questions for Renee? Does anybody have any questions?
No, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
I got a text from a girlfriend of mine this morning. She was boiling water and the handle slipped and she literally boiled water down her legs and has completely, unfortunately started pussing and stuff. So obviously lavender is great for burns and stuff, but she can't touch it. So she wanted to see if we could put a spray together to spray on it. Yeah. So I did mix up a lavender and I added some frankincense into a spray.
Girl. Yay, you!
Is there anything else that I can help her, from your experiences?
Everybody, what do you say? I know what I have. Lynn Johnson is on this call. It's the first time I've actually seen her in the lineup. I'm so happy she's here. She's out in Georgia. I don't know if she's got any experience with this yet. Or Kira or Andrea. Anybody got burn info?
I'm driving. I'm not sure how you can hear me. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, we sure can.
Okay. I'm driving kind of like a rural area. I would do peppermint, lavender, and frankincense.
Okay.
Peppermint. Okay, let me see if I can get that again one more time, because Carrie, you've got really bad connection, honey bunny. Just give us a thumbs up if I've got it. Peppermint, lavender, and frankincense. Can you give me a thumbs up if that's what you said?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. So I will add.
Let me tell you, because she's got bad connection, but from my experience, peppermint is really awesome because it cools the skin.
Gotcha.
It drops the core temperature, skin temperature. That's why it's so great for athletes. It opens up the lungs, but it's just amazing for skin topically.
Okay, because she does have heart issues, so there's some oils she has to stay away from. So peppermint's okay, right?
Well, it depends on if she's got arrhythmia. But peppermint, I've got people that use peppermint even though they have heart issues. So I would just stick with the lavender and that. And if you're going to do peppermint, just do 1 drop for the cooling aspect of it, maybe.
Got it.
And the spray bottle is the best for a really bad burn like that. The other thing that I've done in the past is myrrh with a sprayer top. It crusts over because myrrh is a resin oil, and it crystallizes as it oxygenates. And so if you can't get your lid off, you just run it under warm water or stick it under your armpit and let it warm up, and you'll be able to get that lid off better. But I actually have a sprayer bottle top that I put on mine. I screwed it on when one of my kids got a horrific burn one spring. And I use the lavender and the frankincense, right? With a tiny drop of peppermint in that spray bottle. And I would spray that on, and then I would put the myrrh on, because what myrrh does later, you can't, I wouldn't put necessarily myrrh on immediately, because you've got to let the temperature, that heat.
Yes.
You don't want to feel in the heat. But as it's starting to repair itself, myrrh is beautiful for repair.
Okay, perfect.
Beautiful for, yep. Yeah. We have Molly on for the first time today too. I don't remember seeing Molly on here last time either. It's good to see her. I don't see her face, but I know she's listening. We've got a good group here, you guys. They're awesome. Any other tips? Does that help? Yeah, go ahead, Andrea.
Sorry. What do you know that somebody could use to support the body when a kiddo has fifth disease, black cheek syndrome?
Yeah, I know what fifth disease is. Anybody got help with fifth disease? So Andrea, do you want to tell everybody how it starts, that slap cheek?
You know what? I'm asking for a friend. Really, I'm asking for a friend.
Right.
And they didn't present with with red cheeks, slap cheeks. They presented with that same kind of thing, but on the abdomen.
Yes.
And
it
so,
totally does.
It's one of my German girlfriends, and she's actually coming over tonight. And so I wanted to just be able to give something to her for her little one.
Right. So it's a form of parvovirus, which actually comes from kitty litter boxes. So that's why you always want to check your sandbox for cat poo. And you want to be able to treat those areas that have sand if you've got a kitty, because this disease is definitely something children can get. It's very detrimental for pregnant women to be able to get, specifically while they're pregnant. It's not a good thing for them to get. That's why pregnant women should not be changing cat litter boxes when they are pregnant. But so it is a red rash. It causes fever, fatigue, headache, runny nose, stuffy nose, swollen glands, red eyes, sore throat, sometimes diarrhea and joint pain. But those are the symptoms. And so you can do herbal baths. I like herbal baths, I'm telling you. So herbal baths would be where you would put, frankincense and lavender in some Epsom salt to be able to soothe the rash. Marjoram actually would be a good one to put in with that, because it will help the pain level, right? So you're supporting the body as it's trying to heal. Oatmeal in that is also really good, putting oatmeal in that bath. And I like to run the oatmeal, so it's not a flour, but run it through a Blendtec or a blender of some kind, just for a little bit, so you kind of chunk it so it's a little chunkier. But oatmeal will really help that, along with a little bit of baking soda. And so that's the way that you can help support that in that way. And then the other essential oils that are going to, from my experience when I've dealt with this, is myrrh. Myrrh is really great for that area. And I would imagine, just thinking about it, because the rash is itchy, that Purify would be good with myrrh. That's just my experience from what I've had to deal with in other areas. Does that help you, Andrea?
It does. Thank you very much. I also want to say hi, Lynn. And I just bought the new orange cream trim shake.
Delicious, right?
Oh my gosh. It's incredible. And I mixed it with mango banana and a whole lot of spinach, and my kiddos just drank it up.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, it was delicious.
hey, Andrea. Okay, I have a question. Am I on?
Yes, you are, Miss Lynn.
Okay. I am here with a dear friend who's having a lot of problems with swollen ankles. Just one. And she has had surgery on it, so she's not sure if it's scar tissue, but it's getting worse. And we tried the doTERRA cream, and it took away all the pain, but not any of the swelling. Any suggestions for swelling?
Renee, Colleen, anybody? What would you do for swelling on a knee, Diana?
Ankle.
It's an ankle, honey.
Oh, did I say knee? I didn't mean knee. I meant ankle. I knew. I was thinking about how awful an ankle is to be sore.
Lemongrass pops into my head, so I'm not sure. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Colleen, do you have an idea?
No, I was just going to say lemongrass as well.
Yeah, lemongrass and aromatouch together.
Yes.
My only concern about lemongrass, and ladies, echo in on your experience with it. Lemongrass sometimes pulls out of the skin any of that scar tissue, and then people sometimes have skin eruptions. So if you're going to use lemongrass, I would use it diluted so that it gets deeper into the system. But aromatouch is going to be important to use because it will move the circulation and help the body get rid of the extra fluid around that area.
Okay, great.
So, and the other thing is I would do it for 10 days, that lemongrass, right? I would do it for 10 days and then take a few days off and see how it's doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I would continue to do deep blue rub, lemongrass, and then not lemongrass, aromatouch, and then deep blue rub for the pain. If she, just to kind of keep it moving. And there's helichrysum in deep blue rub. And helichrysum is awesome for scar tissue, but many times people don't want to pay the price for helichrysum.
I think.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Colleen, you got any other ideas, sister?
I'll go with
No, I do not.
Okay. Diana?
Shit, I have for the helichrysum, that's an awesome oil. And recently my mother, recently back in January, she fell down and she sprained her wrist, but she recently found out that, because it wasn't getting better, she actually damaged all the cartilage in her hand.
Oh, yeah.
So helichrysum, once we knew that, then it's like, okay, well, let's try the helichrysum because that's really good for that area. So that totally took away her discomfort, really helped her out. So she's doing that, and then she's going to acupuncture. So if you guys are not checked into doing acupuncture, would highly suggest, if it's muscle, they can help you. If it's bone, it's kind of hard too, but acupuncture is a great alternative to go along with that.
Love it. That's an awesome tip. I love different modalities for healing. Acupuncture, yoga, massage therapy. Oh my gosh. It's hard to massage an ankle though, it's because it's so painful. Knees are the same way. So, gosh. Awesome golden drop today, Renee. Are you good? Everybody good? Do you have questions?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you for letting me do it.
I love it. We're always, always, always looking for people who want to co-host. So we want your tips. You guys are oil lovers, and we don't care who you are. If you are using essential oils and you want to co-host here and share your tips with the rest of us, we would love it. We would love it. We love to hear other people's tips. I mean, seriously, one of my favorites that we've done, I've said this a couple of times, is cinnamon or peppermint in lip gloss. I'm telling you, it rocks. And I use cinnamon in mine, and I really fire it up because I love the feeling of cinnamon on my lips. I don't need bigger lips, but it's a lip plumper, not pumper, plumper. And I would have never learned that had it not been for the Golden Drop. So we love these tips and we love what we're learning. I mean, fifth disease today, that's just amazing. Another tip that I remember somebody doing with fifth disease was lifelong vitality. Okay. That can also take down that. So, because there's anti-inflammatory, items and herbs in there that will help that. So that would be something for a child. You would only do, one of those, and it would be the CRS plus that you would take. Okay, CRS plus, just one of those. But we also have Deep Blue polyphenol blend now, and one capsule for a child would be enough. You could break it up and do half if it's a really small child, half in yogurt, right? Half of that, or cottage cheese or something where you can mask the flavor. And you would just do half a capsule in the morning and then maybe half in the afternoon. Okay, or a smoothie. That's another great way you can hide the flavor of those herbs, because they don't taste yummy. And anyway, I wanted to share that.
When you say half, do you mean break it open and pour half of the contents in something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that clarification. Yippee.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So good to have you here today, honey bunny. All right. So thank you for joining us. We want you to be able to pay it forward, and that is why we do this call. We do this call so you can pay it forward to the rest of us who are listening and participating in Golden Drop each week. Please bring your guests and share so you text, if you text 181, help me out, Renee, 812, it's been so long since I've done it. What is it?
Isn't it 81010?
Yes, that is. You text, so in the phone number part, you are going to text 81010, and then in the subject part, which is where you would type words, you're going to do the at symbol, and then the words love oils. Okay? And you will be reminded of this, and you'll also receive the replay for this. And all replays can be viewed on YouTube or Vimeo under Sharon McDonald. You guys can start your own Golden Drop. We have the script for this so that you can have this call as well if you wanted to start this on your own. So we're happy to share. We're happy to have you here. And we know paying it forward is sharing our message and our beautiful knowledge with other people so that they can have some freedom from their situation and help their bodies and support their recovery in whatever way is necessary. So thanks so much for joining us today, Renee. Good job, and thank you so much for having us being our guru today.
Oh, thank you.
Love it. All right, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week. Bye, everybody.